Okay, Namaste. We have been talking and discussing about expanding ourselves. So we have seen few exploration. Today we will see one exploration. It's about Manohar, who is working in a company where they are building dams. Okay, so the company actually decides to build a dam in a village, and when the dam water comes, when they are building the dams, the water takes away the people's village. Okay, the homes are taken away, the water comes there. So they are worried, the villagers are worried about that dam being built in their village, that they will lose their homes. So Manohar so they come to actually Manohar and tells him that they are losing their homes. He has two scenarios, two options actually. One option is that, or response is that he is only thinking about himself and his job. So when the villagers comes, he is feeling that sorry, I don't have the power to do anything about this. What happens to the villagers is not my problem. The government has given us this project, so it is their job to worry about. That's the kind of response that he has when villagers comes to him telling about how they will be affected, how they will be suffering if the dam is built. So what impact it will have on the development of Manohar as a human being? That's the question that you can think about asking. He is thinking about himself, and what kind of development he has as a human being. Is he expanding himself to think about the villagers? When he says that government job, it is to think about them. The government has given us the job. I am not having any authority or power to decide on this. When he tells these things, is he expanding? And what impact he has to the company he works for? Is the company going to be happy with Manohar response when he says this to the villagers? And to the villagers and for the country, what impact will such a response have on villagers and for our country? Because he worried about the village people, the happiness of the villagers? Is it his concern? And what about the country's happiness, because villagers are part of our country? So these things you can think about when we are talking about Manohar's first response, where he is only thinking about himself. Now there is another response Manohar can choose, which is where he is including himself, the villagers, and the company for which he is working. He is including everyone in his thinking now. So now what he says is, he goes to his managers and says, he is kind of representing the villagers to his manager. He says many villagers will lose their homes because of this project. What can we do so that the villagers don't suffer and yet our project is also not affected? So he goes to say, to find a solution for both the villagers as well as for our company to finish the dam project. So he is also asking, how do we find a solution? So that's a question he is putting it to the manager in the company for which he is working. So he is including everyone. Now think about the impact and difference he can make to his own development as a human being. So when he is including everyone, the villagers, the company, he is naturally developing his values of expanding myself or himself in this case for the villagers and the company. And what impact he is bringing it to the company he is working for? Do you feel that manager will be happy with Manohar's response, where he is thinking to find a solution both for the villagers to make them happy as well as to complete the project? Obviously, because he is thinking both for the development of the villagers as well as for the company. So he is looking for a solution. instead of outrightly rejecting, like in the scenario 1, the response 1. So the next third question is, what impact he is bringing to the villages and thus for our country. So now he is including the villages, right? For the happiness, the suffering, he wants to reduce or stop the suffering. So he is thinking about making the villages happy, and obviously the country. So here in this second scenario where he is including the villages and to think about a solution, he is expanding, right? Do you all agree on that? So when we expand and find solutions, then we will be able to make our lives and the country a better place to live. Thank you.